Hello, welcome to Panther Sports Zone. My name is Kyrie Willis.
And I'm Christian Day.
For today's story, we tipping off with women's sports on our basketball side. So the women's team definitely caught the road win against Alcorn State. The game was it was a high scoring game. The final score was 98-88. The Panthers came out on absolute fire, torching the Braves behind the arc with 10 3-pointers in the first half. Kennedy Paul absolutely was on fire from downtown, hitting three three-pointers on the night. The Panthers bench added 46 total points, showcasing a true team effort in the win. Our Panthers Sports Zone player of the game was no other than the lead guard, Diana Rosenthal, who put up 19 points on a 7 for 14 shooting, including 6 assists and 5 rebounds in the win. Rosenthal caught on fire in her last 7 games, struggling against Texas Southern, averaging 14 points and 43% from the field that night. The Panthers are on a 4-game winning streak currently and are on absolute fire as we head closer into the end of the conference play.
Swinging the ball over to men's basketball. What the fuck? The Panthers men's basketball team also caught the road against the Alcorn Braves. The Panthers dominated for most of the game up until the late second half when the Braves made a late attempt for a comeback. The Panthers secured the 75-71 dub in the final seconds with a big-time defensive stop and clutch free throws to seal the win. Will Douglas led the Panthers in scoring, putting up 23 points and pulling down 5 rebounds. Hagel Augustine added 16 points off the bench while recording 4 steals and 4 rebounds. Our Panthers Sports Zone player of the game, Yahuza Rojas, put up his 5th triple-double of the year. Rojas played an outstanding game, putting up 16 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. Next up on the schedule for the Panthers is a Jackson State team eager for revenge after dropping a game at the Baby Dome last time out. Yahuza Rojas put up 18 points with a season-high 17 points in the win. Last Monday, both the Panthers men's and women's basketball teams played against Mississippi Valley at the Baby Dome. Our reporters Alasia Davis and Eric Lyle have a chance to talk to a female player after the win. Here's the video.
KPVU-TV Panther Sports Zone, I was able to attend the Mississippi Valley State at Prairie View A&M University game. Here are a few interviews and how they went. It was Alasia Davis, and I'm here with Diana Rosenthal tonight. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah, after that big win. So you scored 15 points tonight, and you are commonly referred to as one of the most popular players on PV. Do you feel like you deserve that title and that recognition?
I work really hard. I put in my time and my efforts. So I think, everything's coming into place like I wanted to.
Yeah, for sure. Very talented team. You guys had a breakout start tonight, Jada Bowen, a freshman. How you feel about that? The future of PV, how you think your team is looking, even when you're gone?
She did really good tonight. Her time is coming. She hasn't really had that much playing time, but we have a lot of vets. So, her time is coming, but she did very well tonight.
I'm here with Braden Bell. You were the leading scorer tonight with 17 points, and throughout the game, you remained your composure. How do you do that and, remain level-headed and well enough to execute and essentially bring your team into the lead?
I think that's just how I play. I just stay calm. I work on my game a lot, so whenever I hit stuff like that or make shots like that, it's not a surprise to me. So I just keep doing what I'm doing.
I'm here with Takorian Smith. Good game tonight.
Thank you.
When dealing with a recurring injury, what's the most challenging part of that? Is it physical, mental, emotional? What is it?
I would say physical and mental. Mental first, physical second.
Through Hagel Augustine, good game tonight.
Appreciate it.
All right, so I have a question for you. You were one of the leading scorers throughout the entire season, pretty much, and tonight was no different. You have 15 points. You play as if you're a seasoned player, someone in the NBA. So who do you model your game after, if anyone?
My favorite player growing up was always LeBron James. So, I try to kind of do what he do. I'm not 6'9", so it's kind of difficult. But, so I try to do everything, whether it's scoring, rebounding, assisting, defending. So, I just kind of try to model my game after him.
Reporting for KPVU-TV Panther Sports Zone, I'm Alasia Davis.
Welcome back. as we head into the fast approach for the SWAC tournament, both of our men's and women's basketball teams have great locks for the tournament playing right now, or not even playing, but just locks in regards to their positioning. How do you feel in regards to their playoffs? How do you feel that in regards to the spot they have and just the teams that they have to conquer and knock down the upcoming games?
Well, I feel like the spot they're in right now is a good spot to be in because I feel like a team should play their best ball near the end of the year, right? And as the season's winding down, we're seeing more and more players, their star players and their role players, step up in crucial moments. And I feel like that will take them far throughout the postseason.
I agree, definitely. With you touching on their bench players and whatnot, it's good to see the second chance points from the benches, come up and about. We see that the bench scored, I want to say, oh my goodness, we had the bench had the women's team specifically had a total of 46 bench points. Not many teams are able to get those types of points, considering they don't have their role players on the floor. They don't have those specific leaders out there to navigate the team to get those specific buckets and whatnot. Do you think that having role players on the floor or off of the court certain times, is that always a good thing for teams?
Well, I feel like having role players that can step up like that, how they're doing, is essential to winning right now. Because every team got their stars. Every team got their stars. But it's about the people that you don't really hear about. People that be on the end of the bench, that waiting their turn. What do they go do? Like a death man up mentality. A team is only as strong as their weakest link. And if your weakest link ain't stepping up, they ain't going nowhere. A team with a strong, well-rounded bench, strong, well-rounded starting lineup is what it takes to win right now. And I feel like both our men and women's basketball team have teams constructed like that.
For sure. I definitely agree, man. I think that with heading into this tournament, they have a lot of momentum, knowing that they're on a streak right now. There's just a lot to carry on their backs right now. You got a lot of people depending on them aside from their coaches and the teammates. You got the whole school rooting for you. What does it mean for Prairie View if we make it all the way?
Man, if we make it all the way, people gonna have the food. They gonna be hyped. They gonna talk their trash. But at the end of the day, we gonna be proud of both teams. Cause like you come to Prairie View, you don't really hear much about the sports, right? But like for a team to win in this magnitude, everybody will be hyped for them. All of Houston, it will be hyped. It's a great feeling for the school and people all around to experience something like that.
I agree, definitely. We got so much talent on both ends of the court on the women's and the men's team, and I don't know the last time we've seen our Panthers in regards to basketball go all the way. So we definitely gonna give them a big root and hope they can secure the dub. Honestly, I think they can get it done, and if they've made it this far, they got the momentum that they do. I don't think there is anything that they can accomplish right now.
Their future is in their own hands,
Right. We will be giving you a quick MMJ video, and we will be right back with the.
I'm Eric Lyle, reporting for KPVU-TV. I was able to question Coach Smith about the Mississippi Valley State basketball game where the Panthers won 67-65. Here's how he described how it went. Hi, I'm Eric Lyle. I'm back here with Coach Smith. And Coach Smith, today was a pretty important game. How were you able to just rally the troops at the beginning of that second half and be able to come close it?
It was a tough night. I thought we came out flat, but that's a mark of a good team. Like you say, an ugly loss is better than an ugly win is better than a pretty. An ugly win is better than a pretty loss. So we'll take what we have. We made some mistakes down the stretch. Ross is getting that technical foul really hurt us. Trajan Wesley turning the basketball over, I thought was a shocker to me because he's an experienced guy. But Mississippi Valley is like this every year. They're always going to be tough. They're a formidable opponent. They're always dangerous because they can just get hot and they make shots. So they put us to the test tonight. But at this stage of the season, a win is a win. We're glad to move on and win is of our last two.
And one last question. So when the offense isn't really flowing, it's just a tough game, do you rely on execution or do you expect defense to help you get out in the break?
We're a defensive team always. I mean, that's paramount. We're always going to defend. And I think you saw in the end of the first half, we really picked our defense up. Was at a 1-point lead. We should have been up by more than that. But when we needed to get stops late, we did. So we're always going to be a defensive minded. That's our signature. That's who we are. Because it takes the pressure off us having to score. So proud of the effort tonight. Guys stepped up, finished the game out, and like I said, we will live to see another day.
All right, that'll be all right. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate you.
All right. Reporting for KPVU-TV, Panther Sports Zone, I'm Eric Lyle.
Welcome back. Both of our men's and women's basketball teams will be back in action tonight as they face off the Jackson State Tigers in Jackson, Mississippi. The women's basketball game is currently in progress right now. The score of 19-12 as the Jackson State Tigers are up. 2:15 to go in the first quarter. The men's game is set to tip off at 7 p.m. Make sure to stay tuned on Panther Sports Zone and your Panther Athletics social media pages for more information on our men's and women's basketball teams. Stay tuned for the break, and we will be back talking about our baseball and softball teams. We'll short commercial break. Thank you.
Welcome back to Panther Sports Zone. Baseball season is finally upon us, Panthers, and our parents are looking forward to making notes in this year's conference play. The Prairie View A&M baseball team was ranked third in this year's preseason SWAC standings. The Panthers finished last season 19-11 in the conference play and 30-27 in overall record. This season, the Panthers have 24 players returning to the team, including standouts such as Zach Trevino and Ben Ybarra. Both Trevino and Ybarra were named to the SWAC preseason all-conference second team. Trevino, a graduate student here at Prairie View, is all set for his last season here at the Hill. After a stellar season last year, Trevino was at bat 162 times, including 54 hits and 33 runs. The Panthers opened up this season at the Cactus Jack HBCU Classic games this past weekend, where they went 1-2. The Panthers got the opening game win against Grambling State at Minute Maid Park, home of the champion Houston Astros. Garrison Wiss, Marshall Jones, and Alex Martinez scored 2 runs each for the Panthers. They combined for 6 of the Panthers' 7 runs. The Panthers got the win against Grambling 7-5. However, they would go on to drop their next 2 games against rivals Texas Southern and Jackson State. The Panthers also had the chance to participate in the Andre Dawson Classic event in New Orleans, where they would compete against Alabama A&M, Florida A&M, and a much anticipated rematch against number 4 ranked Jackson State. The Panthers' struggles continued throughout the Dawson Classic, going 0-3 in the games. The first game against Alabama A&M was extremely rough, losing the bout 1-13. However, the Panthers showed promise in the following 2 games, losing by a single run to Jackson State and by just 2 runs against Florida A&M. In the final game against FAMU, the Panthers were able to take a 4-3 advantage lead into the 7th inning off of Alex Martinez's double-scoring run. The Rattlers took the lead back in late game and scored the win 6-4 over our Panthers. The Panthers baseball team will be back in action soon against UH Victoria in a series of games. The first pitch will be thrown at 12 at Prairie View's Tanker Leesky Field.
Switching gears to softball, the Panthers have opened up the season slightly rocky. The Panthers participated in an NFCA leadoff classic featuring the schools such as Louisville, Howard, Auburn, and more. The Panthers dropped games against Indiana, Pittsburgh, Fordham, Howard, and Missouri. The rough start continued for the Panthers as they went into drop a series of games against Tarleton State University and Stephenville. Yesterday at home, the Panthers dropped a tight game to Sam Houston. They attempted to make a late seventh inning comeback, scoring 3 runs in the inning behind Karina Cinero's single. Unfortunately, the Beakerts walked away with a win 7-5, moving the Panthers 0-8 on the season. Bivana Figueroa led the Panthers at the plate, going 2 for 4 with an RBI. The Panthers' struggles continued with the series of losses this past week to the Incarnate World in San Antonio. The final game, the Panthers' offense began clicking in the 3rd inning, putting together 4 more runs. Freshman Mia Nunez stole 2 bases in the final game versus Incarnate World, showing promise to the team for many years to come. The softball team will be back on the field versus Jarvis Christian at the softball field here in beautiful Prairie View, Texas. The first pitch will be thrown at 2 p.m. For more information on your Panther softball team, make sure to stay tuned on Panther Sports Zone and stay updated on all your athletics, social media pages, and websites. So, the Panthers baseball and softball teams are off to a rocky start. What are some ways do you think we can come back from that?
Man, I just feel like now is not the time to overreact. It's just the beginning of the season. Sure, you're 0-8, but it's not like, oh, we can't do anything after this. Season's lost, season's forgotten era. I just feel like they just need to keep playing their game, make a few adjustments here and there, but don't get too ahead of themselves. Because once you lose who you are, it'll be hard to even come back to what they're doing now. So don't let it get to their head. Don't overreact. I'm sure coach is telling them the exact same thing I'm saying right now.
I agree. And I know for our Prairie View Panthers, 0-8 isn't necessarily somewhere to start. Have you ever? I'm pretty sure you played sports growing up. Has there ever been a time where your team has started off on a losing streak?
Oh yeah, in high school, our team baseball had a bunch of errors at the beginning of the year, but as the season progressed, we were able to switch it around. We went from averaging like at least 4 errors per game to only having 1. It's just sticking to what you know, putting the work in practice, and don't letting anything get to your head, because sports is something that you're gonna win and lose. You can't let the losses get to you that much. You just gotta keep working, and you're gonna start seeing the wins.
Definitely. And out of the 8 losses that we currently have right now, what are some ways that you think we can look for the pros in these losses right now?
I mean, for one, I feel like some players are playing good, but it's a whole team effort. So I'm pretty sure that some others will step up as well. And the losses ain't been bad losses, ain't been like all blowouts or nothing. There's been good to take in every single loss. You have to make sure that good comes up more and stop the bad habits.
Definitely, man. Speaking on bad habits, I think as you know, we're as a team collectively, there's probably, as you mentioned, we're only as strong as our weakest link. So there's probably some things that the role players are lacking on, as well as the weakest links are lacking on. Once they put that together, I'm pretty sure everything is going to start flowing for the team. We'll start getting some dubs. As you said, this is the time not to panic. When people lose, it's never a good feeling. Nobody likes to lose, especially 8 losses right now. It's a tough start for us, but a saying that I always go by is, we're never put in a position that we can't handle. And I think our Panthers are just in a tight spot right now, and just give them some time. We'll be right back on top.
I agree. But we definitely have some quality players and people. And I know that they play better than what they playing right now.
For
so
sure.
It's just a matter of time, really, for the leaders, the coaches, role players, bench, everybody to step up, and they'll start seeing the fruits of their labor.
Okay. Definitely.
Moving on up. Moving on next in tonight's show. Our Panthers men and women's track teams competed in the SWAC Indoor Championship in Birmingham, Alabama. The Panthers were, unfortunately, unable to defend their championship, losing it to Alabama State. The Panthers men and track team placed 8th in the competition, while the women's squad placed 2nd in their division. There are multiple bright spots for the Panthers at the indoor championship despite the loss. Osei Abulu posted a new personal record in the high jump event. Abulu leaped over a new record of 6'8". Jasmine Gray placed 2nd in the women's 60-meter hurdle dash. Panther Renelda Jackson also placed 2nd in the women's 3,000-meter dash. Alabama State captured its first indoor championship since 2021, behind elite performers from Joshua Knox and Jamarian Stubbs. The Panthers will be back on the track at the NCAA Indoor Championship. That event will take place on the dates March 10th and March 11th. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we will be shining a spotlight on our women's bowling team, newly named SWAC Newcomer of the Week. Stay tuned after the break.
Panthers Sports Zone. So for our final story, we are going to finish off with Jada Gordon, as she was named SWAC's Newcomer of the Week by the league's office. Jada Gordon is a native from Germantown in Maryland. She's finished with a total pinfall of 2.688 at the Sunshine Classic. She posted on an average of 190.6 per game, showcasing her outstanding abilities as a freshman bowler. Jada is already proving her importance to a Panthers bowling team with a story past. The Panthers are looking to return from a former glory as a previous SWAC champion after falling last season in the tournament. The Panthers will return in action in March at the USBC Singles in Dallas. Congratulations to you, Jada Gordon, and good luck with the USBC Singles. That is all we have for today on Panther Sports Zone. I'm Kyrie Willis.
And I'm Christian Day.
Have a good day.